Alright, so here we go in the Premier Draft Amonkhet Remastered. This is the free draft that they have offered as the first time you do this event, and then the Amonkhet draft is going to be on for about 5 days. And after the first draft, which is free, you have to pay in-game currency to continue to play it, but I figured I'd go ahead and take advantage of the free draft. These are historic cards from Amonkhet and Our Devastation. Curated list for historic and put together for a draft set. If you want to see my picks, check out the previous video. But now that I have a deck, it's red-green. Red-green beatdown, I guess is the best way to put it. And let's see how well it plays. I got some good red removal, some braids, and some other things. I've got, let's see here, some of that. Okay. This doesn't feel like a great starting hand, but I can cycle the crash through. I do have a creature to cast at the beginning, and I can get my ramp piece out. So let's see how well this goes. Let's just see. Now I do have 3 mana creatures that are going to allow me maybe even to splash a little bit. In later games, I can't remember if this is a best of 3 format, but we'll find out at the end of this game, I suppose, if we have to sideboard and whatnot. But this Ceradon might end up just getting cycled, to tell you the truth. Oh, look, they have a Burning Fist Minotaur as well. That pairs up very nicely to my Burning Fist Minotaur. They're both first strike, and the pumps on the Minotaur only increase power, so they'll trade pretty well. Which is good, keeping up with my opponent. Let's see what they do here with their third turn. Okay, so they don't have a third land. Oh, there it is. Desert. Here's a 2/1 with trample. But I do have a third land. And the big question is, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play this out. Because then that means next turn I can play the Bitterbow Sharpshooters. Which will stand up to this 2/1 with trample. They're cycling some cards out of their hand, which is fine. Go with that, throw that out there. Whenever you can't target creature you control is supposed to. I guess it just kind of targeted itself in the background and moved on because it really doesn't matter at that point. So that's 4 or 5, so I can. Okay. So from here, target creature power 2 can't block this turn. You can exert it. Let's braid that guy. We'll go to combat. They don't block, which is fine. And then we'll just end the turn. So it's, I can cast the Ceradon next turn, so I can hold off on cycling it. I don't even need to cycle the crash through. My opponent seems to be struggling to find the cards that they want. Filling their graveyard here with Tormenting Voices. And maybe they're missing a double red, I don't know. Does not look good for them at all. So we're gonna go ahead into combat here. And this 4/4 being vigilant and reach, like that's a very strong card. We'll go ahead and let this combat occur. And then second main phase we'll cast the big guy. I guess I could have done that in a different order because I don't know. Sequencing matters, yeah, because that would have also trampled through. Oh well. What I will do though is this. Cast this guy. Give that +2, +2 in travel. And I cast this guy. Give that +2, +2 in travel. And then we're just going to swing in for 4. Let's see what they find. It can't be that big because they can only find 3 mana or less. Yep, so they're going to have to double block something if they want to kill it. It's still only going to absorb 3 damage. So I take a really big hit there. And I trade a 2 for 1. But I guess it would be a 1 for 1, right? Because it's the collected company for my creature is what it ends up adding up to be. So let's go ahead and pump these guys up. Let's give them all the big stuff here. Because then I can also add the crash through depending on how they block. So, okay. First game done. That played out pretty well. My opening hand was not great, to tell you the truth, but we drew well. And looked like my opponent stumbled maybe on their colors mana a little bit. Or just drawing spells that they could cast. They had plenty of mana. Maybe they just didn't have creature spells. Let's see how this one goes. Super expensive. But we got ramp, and a sifter worm with removal along the way. Let's see how this goes. So turn 2 Vitalist, turn 3 Ritualist. That's already 5 mana. A puncturing blow to stave off opponent's creatures. And yeah, so we're already gonna go. I'm casting this Ceradon next turn if my creatures continue to survive. The Labyrinth Guardian can't attack through that. Nope. Ritualist blocks well. I do have the 6th land right here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Just get the biggest thing on the battlefield right now. So you start attacking. Wow, okay. They must be short on, they have to be short on lands if they're cycling that. Because a flyer is really good for them. So if I attack, this doesn't untap. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Let's attack. Then with these 2. That's fine. I mean, rules anyway. I don't have any trample or anything, so. And unfortunately, that doesn't exile it because of the sacrifice, which is fine. Very interesting interaction in that play. I didn't think that went through. But I still have Sifter Worm. One more land and Sifter Worm's coming down. So if they use their Thirst on the Ceradon, then something bigger is coming their way. Especially that Scry 3. Setting up your draws after you cast something that big is pretty cool. You do have to reveal the top card of your library though, so they're going to know what the #1 card is that you left up there. But if you kept more than one of them off the scry, then it's even better. Here's Labyrinth Guardian, which is going to come in also as a zombie. Now I can just shed weakness it and it's gone. Yeah, I was just checking this hit. And it's gone. Okay. Just don't need it. Just don't need that kind of negativity in our lives. Cast that. We're gonna attack for 3 with our mana dorks. Still have a removal spell in hand. A very good removal spell. 5 damage is a lot. Kills most things. They are keeping a lot of cards in their hand, though, which is intriguing, I should say. For, you know, they have 6 mana and they're not really casting things that's too consequential yet. So makes me very curious. So let's go with, let's see, do I want to puncture first? Or do I just want to swing? I'll swing with the... I'll sit with the brawler. Force them to double block if they want to kill it. They're tapped out anyway, so this Sifter Worm's going to come down hard. I cannot risk my mana dorks in battle to a double block, or you know, even the Oasis Ritualist would die to the double block. So I'll threaten the 5 damage here. They can embalm that, which is still only a 3/2 with flying. And I'm not going to leave them many cards to take out of my hand with Oblivion, so... But Oblivion, no, they don't have black mana, so that's good for me. So, I mean, they're there, they're thinking. They allowed it. And here comes this guy. Alright. Let's go with... Oh, that's about it. I don't need this mountain. Or this monument. So, we'll just leave the Naga on top. But here... So I'm not going to have Hooded Brawler next turn to attack with, but I will have the Sifter Worm with Trample. They can absorb up to 5 of that damage if they double block. But that allows 2 to go through. 3, 4, 5. So I do have Puncturing Blow that I can blow up other blockers with. So I have no idea what the opponent has in their hand, though. 6 mana in there. They're thinking awfully hard. So the Hooded Brawler's out of the question. It doesn't untap next turn. There's another 4-card defender. They can embalm Lifelinking Kitty. That's cute. That's a good card. It's gonna get a Puncturing Blow though, so I'm just gonna do this. Make sure it's long gone, so that's 4, 5, 6. So they can 6 of the 6 damage off the Sifter Worm. Let's go ahead and just swing in with it. They can't kill it. They can gain a life back though. So if they triple block, it's as if nothing happened except they lose all their creatures, and they're still at 6 life. Or they go down to 3. Okay. Here's another creature that can attack. I don't know. Is there like a Cyclonic Rift type spell that I'm not remembering. When it enters the battlefield, can't attack or block, can't be activated. Okay, that's fine. You still have 2 blockers to 3 attackers, and you're forced to block at least 2 of them, and all of your creatures die to any of my attackers. So let's see what I draw to. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to have 4 attackers, 2 of which are lethal, and the other 2 together are lethal. So unless they have a 3rd blocker or a removal spell, another removal spell, then they're dead. So let's go first to combat, and I'm not even worried about exerting the Hooded Brawler. So here, if they block the Sidewinder Naga with the cat zombie, and you block the Hooded Brawler with the Champion of Wits, you end the turn with 1 life. That block kills you, because you're at 3. Okay. There you go. There you go. That wasn't bad. Do some population control. Alright. But I also get to attack with the Oasis Ritualist next turn, too. So now down to 3. The Minotaur is lethal. We have a 4/4. Okay. You're out of mana. Yeah. So I just attack with everything. Because it can only block 1. Yep, there we go. Cool. So that's 2 wins, even with the big baddies, the big beaters, the amazing monsters locked down. Still managed to push through enough damage to get things done. So 2-0, feeling good. We're gonna go 1 more game here, and then we'll take a break into the next video. Don't want to make these too long because I know y'all have other things to do. We want to make these videos so that you can catch them, maybe get some entertainment, some value, some lessons learned on my behalf from them, and then move on to other things. We have busy lives these days, so this isn't too bad. 2 early removal spells are castable. Minotaur that's castable, opportunities to draw into more lands to cast additional spells. So let's roll with it, especially on the, I don't know, I would have preferred maybe to be on the draw with a hand like this, but we'll get there. I have a very strong feeling that we'll get there. Okay, we'll take 1 damage. That's not in the world. A colorless land on turn 1's a little interesting. Handicap. I think we're gonna have to spray. We'll go ahead and attack. We'll hold on to Shed Weakness for a more advantageous position, because I think our Burning Fist Minotaur is gonna end up having to block down on something that might have the toughness to take care of it. But go ahead and attack. First strike will take care of this bat if they decide to block, and we'll keep a braid up for their turn. Let's draw a land, shall we? Our opponents are already at 4 lands. We're at 2. Otherwise, we might start to get into a little bit of a bind. Luckily, we do have plenty of 3 casting cost spells that once we draw that land, we can make some things happen. Whenever you cycle, okay. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. That's cool. Not even going to wait for you to attack with your bat. Make your decision tree much easier. And there's our third land. So what do we want here? Let's go. Let's go. I'm ahead of the race right now. Let's go with the... Let's go with that, because now I think I can make some more things happen. Hopefully get to Sifter Worm, if the game even lasts that long. But this also allows me, and I'm ahead of the race, so this allows me to use my Hooded Brawler to pump up the Burning Fist Minotaur, and still have Shed Weakness in play. So let's go Hooded Brawler, pump him up, go to combat, attack with the Minotaur. Big hit. And end the turn. So now I've got Scrapper, I've got Naga. I can pump up the Burning Fist Minotaur, exert the Brawler, have Shed Weakness available. The Sifter Worm's got to go. I'm not going to get to it this game. That was rough, but Shed Weakness will take care of that. Oh, man. I should have taken that. I knew I should have taken that. My turn. Can't attack. They don't have the mana to activate it on my turn, which is good. So let's go with... So this is worth +3/+3 on this creature. Yes. Pushed through a lot of damage there. Okay. But now the edifice is on. But he's gonna have to leave a creature up the block. So brutal. But I can exert the Brawler. So if I cast the Sidewinder Naga, put the +2/+2 on the Hooded Brawler and exert it, attack with both. Or do I exert? Oh, what are they doing? Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna put the +2/+2 on the Scrapper so I can exert the Brawler. Make them choose. It's not going to be enough to win. Right. It's not going to be enough to win. Because I can only do 4 damage off of this guy. But that's okay. I'm going to get in there and do it anyway. So first loss, not bad, a little iffy on the curve. Those -1/-1 counters coming from the opponent were strong, so it's a good chance to take a break right here. So stay tuned for the next video. If you're not subscribed already, please do that so you get alerts for the next video and all future videos as I record my gameplay for the rest of the draft formats as they come up. So each of these draft formats will be up for 5 days. The first one of each format is a freebie, and I'm going to use it, and I will share my experiences with you. So along with subscribing, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if I misplayed anywhere in there in the comment section below, and look forward to the next games, as well as sharing with a friend to let them know that we're out here sharing our hobby together.